Hello everyone, I'm Ron Grant coming to you live and direct from Tortola in the Virgin Islands. You're watching 284 Media. You know the name and the brand. It is Kickin' It by Mrs. Kyra James Douglas. Of course, one of my absolutely favorite creatives. Kickin' It, the brand, is celebrating its 8th anniversary this year, and of course, they continue to do remarkable things that preserve the culture of these beautiful British Virgin Islands. We're going to sit down for an in-depth conversation with the talented creator herself, Mrs. Kyra James Douglas. We'll be right back after a quick commercial break.
Hi, my name is Judy, VI Motors Operations Assistant, and today I'm here with Ding, one of our mechanics, and we are going to show you how you can check your engine oil level, as it's an essential part in maintaining your engine's health. First, let's pop the hood. Here's the oil dipstick. We'll pull it out, wipe it clean with a cloth, reinsert it, and pull it out again to get an accurate oil level reading. As you can see, the oil level should be between the minimum and maximum markers on the dipstick. If it's below the minimum, it's time to add some oil. Checking your oil level is simple yet a crucial task. Make sure to do it regularly to keep your engine running smoothly. And remember, if you're not sure about your vehicle's specific oil requirements, always consult your owner's manual or a professional mechanic at VI Motors. We offer a diverse range of top quality engine oils, so visit us at Dove's Bottom or our location at Parks Point, Virgin Gorda, or call us at 494-2496 or visit us on our website at www.vimotors.com.
Well, am I covered?
Yeah, you're with CG. Remember when I was dabbling in knife throwing bingo? Well, one night I won, but I also got a bullseye. No. In a beehive. I ran for hours. They caught me in the end, though. Anyway, I was covered, and I got to keep my trophy. Uh-oh.
Best medical cover for the price. CG Insurance. Good like that.
Welcome back, everyone, and thank you so much for sticking with us. As promised, I am joined by the lovely Kyra James Douglas. Kyra, welcome to the platform. It is so good to see you.
It's so good to be here.
Absolutely. Now, as I mentioned, 8 years of Kickin' It. The brand has totally evolved and continues to really set its place in not only local narratives and controlling the narratives, but across the globe. As a creative, you've done your part and you continue to do your part in really solidifying that space. For the persons that have been living under a rock and are not familiar with the brand, tell us about the brand and its evolution.
Yes. So right now, Kickin' It is a nonprofit organization officially. We got our papers from the government.
Beautiful.
In January. So the team started off the year on a high. Like, wow, we really have the paperwork to prove that we now have, what we need in order to scale our impact and grow these programs. And really, the heart of it is still the same, even when it was Kickin' It with Kyra, which people still call it that.
Indeed.
At the core has always been, how do we show up online unapologetically VA, create a space where people feel seen, heard, represented, and also creatives have always been at the core of our mission, because I feel like back then, creative work didn't seem newsworthy. As you can see, that has changed.
Yes.
Because here we're creative on the news, which is great. But back then, a lot of creatives got their first article, were recognized publicly for the first time through Kickin' It, and then building community within the BVA, but also between the USVA and the BVA has also been a big factor of our efforts as well. So it's the same vibes, just bigger, more solution-oriented.
Indeed.
And really taking a lot of that energy and turning it into action
Beautiful.
in the community.
Understood. Now, recently, you received the Emerging Youth Talent Award at the VI Icons. Congratulations on receiving that award.
Thank you.
And tell us about that experience.
It was good, and congratulations to you as well. As you know, the energy in the room was so good.
Total vibe.
I wish I could relive it, honestly. It just felt that it was so high, and even till this day, people see me on the street and they're just like, "You're so deserving."
Absolutely.
Love that. That was so great. It feels good to be seen. I think sometimes you're so busy in the work, you know, you don't really. I I mean, you know, people are seeing it, but you don't necessarily do it for you to be seen per se, but for your efforts to be seen and for those things to, you know, have the impact that you want it to have. So it was very strange, kind of like it not being Kicking It, but Kyra James
Yes, yes,
Douglas.
yes. The name behind the brand, yeah.
Right, and owning that and accepting that. But the team did an incredible job. It was a beautiful night. And
I
not
agree.
only did I get the amazing trophy, but a $5,000 grant. Which is
Yes,
really
towards your brand,
exciting.
yes.
Yes, so I'm just grateful.
Wonderful. Well, our team, of course, was on the ground at the VI Icon Awards. In case you were not there, please take a look at the lovely Kyra James Douglas and her acceptance of the award, as well as her presentation.
Wow, a heavy future. Firstly, I'd like to thank God, of course, and I'd like to express my gratitude to the Virgin Islands Icon Awards team for seeing me fit to be the first ever emerging youth talent. As I thought about what I was going to say today, I thought of what the word emerge means. Of course, I had to Google it just to be sure. And it said to move out or away from, to become visible. And I found that very ironic because high school Kyra would probably choose invisibility as a superpower if she could, always avoiding crowds and photo moments. So how did that girl grow up to be getting an award for being visible? I don't know. I've been trying to figure that out ever since they gave me the news. But if I could give my best guess, it would be that she decided to trust God's plan, embrace the talents that He has given her, and try to be the change she wants to see in her community. So I would like to dedicate this award to everyone who could relate to wanting to feel invisible sometimes, or who feel unseen despite all their best efforts. You are all icons in your own right, and you'll never be able to see that for yourself if you don't keep going. So do it unsure, do it nervous, do it scared, but keep going. Thank you so much.
And there you have it. That was the acceptance speech by Kyra. Again, congratulations. I want to move on to the Kickin' It University, a very, very, very special project that really has brought Virgin Islands culture to life. Tell us about this project and how it came about.
Right. So, like I mentioned before, just really, how do we take that pride and like level it up, right? That's the season I think Kickin' It is in. Like, it's one thing to talk about it, but do we know how to do these things? And the answer, the verdict has been no, we don't.
Correct.
And so I kind of get nervous, and if you really pay attention to all the programs in my brain, children are Kickin' It, they're very much rooted in trying to fill a hole, right? And Ron, to be real with you, sometimes that's a little scary.
Of course.
Because there are a lot of solutions out there that we could just kind of like duplicate, right? Like you could relate to the usual solutions, like our organization is doing this drive, is doing this thing, but at Kickin' It, all of our programs are from scratch. They're custom solutions, right? So the capsule project, for example, was, hey, when we try to make VI content, we can't find photos, we can't find the information. That's an issue. Because our generation already expect that to be a Google search away. Imagine the ones after.
Correct, yeah.
And if they can't find it, they just go their
Almost
lives
feels
without
impossible,
knowing.
yeah.
That's scary to me. And that fear is what drove me to create a solution. As a KIU was no different. It was like, wow, even if I really wanted to learn how to do this thing, I don't know where to start, I don't know who to go to. So that solution was created. So we really built it out like a university where students could sign up and you'll be able to log online, because digital solutions is very important
Correct.
to us as well. So it can't just be limited to the people on island, because the diaspora is all over the world, and they also want to get involved, and they also have an obligation to be involved too. So all our solutions are created in a way where whether you're in Amsterdam, UK, Canada, US, that you can still tap in. So I'm so excited. We
Beautiful.
have your friend Sandy on the
Of course.
advisory board, and we have a lot of cultural giants so excited to help us out. And I can't wait to see what it's going to be.
I love it, love it. And while you mentioned the capsule project, outside of Kickin It University, how can persons contribute and make submissions to the capsule project? Because that is the submission of photos and videos, am I right?
Yes.
Okay,
yes.
how can they do that?
So if you go to our website, kickininvi.com, you'll be able to see all our programs. And the capsule project has its own website, virginislandscapsule.com. And so persons have been donating photos, videos, documents over time. And the second phase of that, so we're in collection phase, and then phase 2 essentially is to create an online resource where persons, almost like a VI Google, be able to go in and type in,
Sounds like you're doing the work of the Department of Culture, but we're gonna keep it moving.
Funny enough, your brother submitted some photos.
I hope I'm not in those photos.
To the room so they can put it on the screen. I did see 2 boys in the picture.
Oh my goodness.
But
Lovely.
yes, we love when people like Rick in the community send in photos, because you never know, maybe your great-great-grandchild one day will be so excited to see
Definitely.
you.
Absolutely. Now, this year we are celebrating our 70th emancipation.
Yes.
And you have a very, very wonderful event coming up that is going to be honoring some creatives in different industries. Tell us about the gala and some of the honorees.
Yeah, so the name of the gala is Toast. And so just as the name says, it's like the vibe is really like, how do we raise our glass? So when you think about toasting, you think celebration, camaraderie, and that's really what we want the vibe to feel like. So how do we raise our glass to freedom? But also, like, what are we doing with that freedom? That, the things that we have the ability to do that our ancestors didn't do. How are we using that to its fullest potential?
Gotcha.
And so it's a celebration of the past, the present, and then having real conversations about how we make sure that the future is okay. And that is at the core of Kickin's work.
Okay.
All of our work is so futuristic. It's like, okay, we kind of okay now, but what are we doing now to make sure future generations are okay?
Yes.
So that's at the core, with drinks, of course. Of
course, toasting,
toast, yes. And lots of opportunities to be cute. We have a custom menu with the Long Bay team that's locally inspired. And then, like you said, we're introducing our inaugural Kickin It Honors, going back to talking about how creatives are so important. I believe creatives are the main culture bearers. Music, art, dance, written word,
Yes.
all creatives are the ones that make those things, so we can't abandon them.
Nope.
And so Kickin It Honors is going to be exclusively for creatives in the Virgin Islands space who are making us proud, who are doing amazing things. I haven't shared this with anyone yet, but that is happening at the gala, and we're looking forward to honoring 3 creatives this year.
Okay.
We have a visual artist named Janet Prosper. I'm so excited for people to learn more about her. She has an incredible mural at Yacht Haven Grand in St. Thomas, and she does a lot of work with local brands and stuff like that. We have our very own Travis Walters.
Indeed.
Yes, his creative name is Travis Rose. He is currently in LA, killing it as a creative director and stylist. And growing up around Travis, watching him really be able to take the things he was always good at as a child and do it full time and do it on such a big scale, I think future generations need to see that.
I agree.
And see that it's possible. And then finally, we have Adam O.
The one and only.
No one can deny that Adam is well deserving of his flowers. He's all over the world. And the cool thing about Adam, Adam, if you look at his bio on Instagram, he has both flags. So he reps St. Croix. He spent most of his childhood there, but he also has some VG roots. So we have a little bit of, we got claimed a little bit too.
And no, he never leaves us out.
Exactly. So I think stellar lineup for our first year. And I hope that creatives could look at this space and get excited that they could also be honored in the future.
Yeah. Now, for persons who may want to participate, is this an invite only? Can person purchase tickets? How can they show up and show out if they would like to?
Yes. The community could purchase tickets at kickinitvi.com/toast. And the proceeds from the tickets go to our efforts, of course, because these things cost money.
Yes, indeed.
And I'm sure at this point, whether this is your first time hearing about Kickin' It or you've been seeing it, at the Vicons and in the news and just curious about, what we're about and what we're up to, it's really a great opportunity for you guys to come out and get to know our mission more while in a cute outfit, while drinking a cute drink. And I'm really excited.
Beautiful, beautiful. Now, you mentioned, of course, the costing. Kickin' It is a nonprofit, and there are a lot of costs associated with really pushing the various initiatives. For persons who are watching and want to make a contribution towards the brand, how can they do that?
Yes. So on our website, we have a donation button. So any and everybody could use that. We've also been letting people know, like, if you can attend Toast and you want to make a donation, and said you can, and we have received some donations through that messaging. For companies who would like to forge a bigger partnership with us, we definitely have a department just for that. And there's an inquiry form on our website where partners could go and tell us their company name, which project they love, whether it's the capsule project or KIU or just general efforts. And we really want to work together to achieve any mutual goals we might have. So if you see overlap between, okay, we wanted to do more marine stuff, then maybe there's a way we could do a KIU class that's marine focused, as a collaboration with the company. So definitely any corporate partnerships that would be interested in things like that. We also want to make creative grants available to creative.
Excellent.
Yes, that's something that is available in other places of the world that I don't see here. Being a creative is very expensive.
Yes, it is.
The software, the hardware, everything. And so I do want, just like how I received that grant from Vicon, shout out to that team, that Kickin' It could create grants like that for filmmaking, for photography, for art. And so if companies are interested in that, we would love to, co-produce grants.
Passing it on. Lovely. Well, as I mentioned to you, we are exceptionally proud of you, and we wish you continued success. You are a gift to us, and I appreciate the fact that you have made it your life mission to really propel the territory on this level. It is festival, so I have to ask you before we go, do you have a favorite festival tradition, anything around this time that you enjoy particularly?
Good question. Honestly, I'm such a homebody.
Okay.
But this is a time where I actually try to leave the house. I think, outside of who's performing in the village or stuff like that, which is a very, feisty topic. I think outside of that, the magic of the village is really just like having all these people you love in one place.
Yes.
Like everywhere you turn, you
see somebody else,
you see a long time, your cousin, your sister, so that feeling, because I live in the States, Ron, and I work remotely. I could go several weeks without seeing people so that's the magic of being home for me. Like, I think it's something we take for granted sometimes.
I agree.
It's like, how crazy it is that you can leave your house and get like 50 hugs before you go home, and people just so happy to see you. So that's what I love most.
Love it. Appreciate it so much. And I will see you on the road. I'll see you in Parade. I'll see you in the village. You know how we do. But most importantly, I'll see you at Toast.
Yeah.
All right, viewers, that is all the time we have. Thank you so much. As mentioned, I was honored to have the conversation with the lovely Mrs. Kyra James Douglas of Kickin' It. Kyra and Kickin' It, happy 8th birthday.